بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبع هداه أما بعد. Dear fasting brothers and sisters, welcome back to a new video. And as I mentioned in the previous video, we're gonna address the lessons that we're gonna learn in Ramadan from the school of Ramadan. The second thing that we're gonna learn in Ramadan is how to manage our time with the utmost precision. A single sip of water after the entry of Fajr time invalidates the fast. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَكُمُ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ ثُمَّ أَتِمُّوا الصِّيَامَ إِلَى اللَّيْلِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, and eat and drink until the white thread of dawn becomes distinct to you from the black thread of night. And then Allah said, then complete the fast until the night. First of all, the precision of divine timing, a lesson in cosmic discipline. Notice, dear brothers and sisters, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not merely say fast from morning until evening, but defined it with utmost precision. The beginning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَكُمُ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ, which is visible cosmic sign, the true dawn, the true Fajr. This teaches us that our worship is linked to the sunnah or to the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this universe, and is not merely based on arbitrary temporal customs. Just as the white thread, the light of dawn, prevails over the black thread, which is the darkness of the night, without ambiguity, so too must obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be clear and ambiguous in our lives. Number two, the end. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِلَى اللَّيْلِ, and the night begins with sunset. Again, a clear cosmic sign. Fasting is an act of worship connected to the cycle of day and night that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has subjected for us, which deepens within us the feeling that we're part of a precise divine system. The lesson, just as a single sip of water after the break of dawn invalidates the fast, so too does falling short regarding the limits set by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in any matter of life invalidate obedience and diminish the reward. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves from us precision and excellence, which is al-itqan. Secondly, Ramadan is the school of faith-based time management. We learn in the month of Ramadan how to manage our time to manage our time with utmost precision. This is what we deduce from the verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the verse timing, when fasting starts and when it ends. The precise timing of abstention, which is imsak. There is no room for procrastination or just one more minute. The believer trains to be mindful of time, having suhoor early enough before Fajr and finishing moments before its entry. This self-monitoring, dear brothers and sisters, this self-monitoring and readiness to comply is a sense of taqwa, which is mindfulness of Allah. Number two, the precise timing of breaking the fast, which is iftar. ثُمَّ أَتِمُّوا الصِّيَامَ إِلَى اللَّيْلِ. And here lies the lesson of patient endurance that has an end. Fasting is not an absolute patience without hope, but rather a patience with a known conclusion. This reinforces in the soul the certainty of relief, and that after hardship comes ease. This reflects upon all our worries in life. Number 3, organizing the entire day. This precision at the beginning and end of the fast reprograms the Muslim's entire day. Also, suhoor time, the wakefulness in the last part of the night and remembrance, which is dhikr and supplication, dua. And fajr time, prayer in congregation at the start of the day. Dhuhr and Asr as well times, performing prayers at their appointed times while engaged in permissible work. Maghrib time, which is breaking the fast with a gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and joy in obedience. Isha and Taraweeh times, which is a collective worship and recitation of the Quran. This disciplined temporal cycle throughout the month is a practical training for managing one's entire life in obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thirdly, precision in fasting, a mirror of precision in all acts of worship. The verse profoundly links the discipline of fasting time with the discipline of all obligations. Just as a drink after Fajr invalidates the fast, the carelessness regarding the time of prayer invalidates its spirit. For prayer has specific times, just as fasting has a specific time. Just as we meticulously check for the break of dawn to begin abstention, we should meticulously check for the entry time of each prayer to perform it at its earliest time, which is among the deeds most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as mentioned in the hadith. So just as we train in Ramadan to have precise abstention and the precise breaking of the fast, we must emerge with that spirit towards a precise life, precise in our acts of obedience, precise in our character, precise in our deeds, and precise in our use of our time, which is the greatest capital we possess. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid us and you in fasting and standing in prayer during Ramadan, and to make us among those who worship Him subhanahu wa ta'ala as He truly deserves, who adhere to His limits, and who preserve their times in obedience to Him. Ameen, ameen, ya Rabbil Alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.